Now I'm sold on Mr. Green. Mr. Green has a spirit. He has the desire to win. He has the desire to get there. His why permeates his face, his spirit, his body, his mind, and his soul. You can just listen to him, look at him, and know that his why is in front of him. Those are the type of young men that we need at CU. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, BWBs? What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a great day, and I certainly hope you're having a great week. I want to say shout out to Bucky and Well Off Media for this video that I am talking over. I usually do this for my intro, so I just want to say shout out, Bucky. You work hard, and I appreciate the work that you do. All right, guys, so in this video, guys, Nikhai H.Green actually did an interview with one of the writers that covers the Buffs. That's Brian Howell. Sometimes I use his work in some of my videos. I thought the interview was telling. There are certain things that Nikhai H.Green said in that interview that I felt like I wanted to expound on, and I want to give my reaction to it. So I am going to react to his interview with Brian Howell in this video. Before I do that, let me get Shador to tell you who we are around here. Hey, Shador, go ahead and let them know who we are.
BWB, Bandwagon Buffs.
That's right! It's your man's Harry Billion. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as it uploads to YouTube. All right, family, so I gotta go ahead and get into this video real quick. So that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. All right, guys, so welcome back. That's right, man. We are BWBs around here. We are Bandwagon Buffs. I just want to let everybody know, if you're new to Colorado football and you want to be a fan, but you feel some kind of way because people are shaming you online, don't be ashamed. At TLP Sports Club, we make it safe to be BWB, a Bandwagon Buff, because a lot of us around here were not here before Coach Prime got here. I made it socially safe for you to become a BWB, a Bandwagon Buff, or to be a Buff fan and not feel like somebody should be shaming you online. I even got Bandwagon Buff gear that you can cop on my YouTube page or on my page. On this video, there are a few gear. You can just click on the gears on this video and cop your BWB gear and let people know that you are a proud BWB and you represent Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Let's go ahead and get into this reaction. Let's go. Before we go ahead to the interview, I just wanted to show you the page. Here it is. This is Brian Howell's page right here, guys. I'm already subbed to the page. If I'm using his work and he's allowing me to use his work without copyright striking it, I do appreciate it. It is a reaction. And Brian Howell, I do appreciate you. So guys, please support Brian Howell by clicking the subscribe button, all right, so you can support his page. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button on my page to support me as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started.
All right. Pleased to be joined by one of the newest members of the Colorado Buffaloes, Nikhai H.Green, one of the transfers coming in from Charlotte. And Nikhai, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And so you are in Boulder right now, right?
Yes, sir.
So like, let's start there. How are you liking it?
Glad to finally get him in Boulder. You see what I'm saying? Like, some guys are going to come later. Glad he's finally there. He's going to start his training. We got some of the best facilities in Colorado at the university. This young man is very astute. He understands the moment. He understands what's going on. I'm glad he's finally there. Trust me. Watch this interview to the end. He says a lot of things that I think you should pay attention to. But let's keep going.
It's been good. You know, the scenery, it's a lot cooler than I thought. I didn't see a lot of the campus during my visit, but I just been seeing more during orientation and just walking around campus. Man, it's beautiful. You know, I love the scenery and I love the people here, and it feels like home so far.
Yeah, well, it'll get warm, I promise. Maybe you know, not like Texas warm, but it'll get warm. But you know, you come here from Charlotte, and you know, spent a year down there, started your college football career at Michigan, and just talk about, you know, real quick your college football journey at this point. And you know, you've been in a couple different schools, had a lot of different experiences, and what's it been like so far for you?
My journey, it hasn't been linear, but it's been everything I needed. You know what I mean? I got developed at Michigan. Mm-hmm. You know, I played big boy football. I played early at Michigan. I played at Charlotte in that real, you know, leadership role where I had to bring a lot of people along and just show guys the way. So, you know, I've worn a lot of different shoes in my college career thus far, and I feel like it's molded me and made me a really unique player. Just because I can relate to everyone in the locker room. I can relate to the stars. I can relate to the rotational guys. I can relate to the special teams guys. So So yeah, thus far, I'm blessed and I'm grateful to be able to experience the stuff that I did. So it's been a good experience so far.
I just wanted to point out that one of the TLP Sports Club members, his name is Wild Dog. Wild Dog talks about leadership, having leadership on the defensive side of the ball, having a field general on that field, somebody who understands what's coming at them because things are going to come at you very fast. So you need somebody who's astute. You need somebody who's smart, but they have leadership skills. When Nikhai talks about leadership, my ears prick up. The first person I think about is Wild Dog, because when we talk about the different positions on TLP Live, when he comes on the panel, he's always preaching leadership. Hey man, we need leadership on the field. We need somebody who's going to be like the quarterback on the defense. And that's what's important. That's why when I heard what he just said, he played different roles and he wears different hats. This is the type of leader that we need on the defensive side of the ball. You got Shiloh, who's already the Headache Gang CEO. He's the last man standing back there in the safeties. You need somebody in the middle as a leader, telling the other guys and helping the other guys to navigate what's coming from that offense. That's why I thought it was important that he said this, but he says a lot more and he displays what type of leadership that he's bringing to CU a little bit more in the interview. So I don't want to say too much now about that, but it's something that I want to definitely highlight that we needed and now we are getting. And I ain't going to hold you, depending on how he looks or while he turns, he looks a little bit like Jaleel White. All right. And for those of you who don't know Jaleel White, that's Steve Urkel from Family Matters. Okay. The whole time I'm watching the interview, I'm like, is this Steve Urkel? His cousin, his brother, or something? It's a little eerie for me because practically grew up on Family Matters. I'm just saying, all right? I ain't saying he's nerdy or he's geeky. I'm just saying the look of Jaleel White. That's all I'm saying. No beef, man. Nikhai, I ain't got no beef. I don't want no beef, okay?
Yeah, it's funny because you mentioned your career has not been linear. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of linear careers anymore in the transfer portal era because there's a lot of guys that move around, and now obviously the rules there that you can transfer more than once and not have to sit out a year. So a lot of guys are taking advantage of that, or a lot of athletes, I should say, because it's happening in other sports as well. But one of the things I thought about, helps benefits the athletes is something you said to me before we even started, was that you got some different coaching at Charlotte than you got at Michigan, and you're going to get some different coaching here at Colorado. The fact that you can go different schools really gives you particularly an opportunity to maybe get some different styles of coaching to prepare you for hopefully a pro career, right?
Absolutely. Just from my end, I played under the Harbaugh system. Mm-hmm. So I played under the 4-3 Chargers, Ravens, kind of defense. And now I'm in the Bengals, Coach Livingston, kind of 4-down defense. So it's like it gives me insight on the NFL. So there won't be anything that I don't know once I get there, God willing. So it's been good.
So for those of you who are not aware and those of you who don't follow college football that closely, Jim Harbaugh was the coach at Michigan, and just this year they won the national championship. They played the Washington Huskies. Yes, because of his success at Michigan, Jim Harbaugh, he's moved on to the NFL. He's going to be coaching in the NFL. Nikhai actually played a couple of years under Jim Harbaugh. He moved on before they won the championship, and he played at Charlotte.
Well, but you got some good game experience at Michigan in 2021, and then you transferred to Charlotte. Talk about why you went to Charlotte.
Yeah, my high school coach, Biff Poggi, last spring he got the head coaching job at Charlotte, and originally I stayed at Michigan last spring and went through spring ball, and we were rotating a lot at Michigan, and I just felt that the impact that I wanted to have and be an enforcer in the middle of the defense, I had to be on the field all 3 downs, and I just had to prove to NFL scouts that I could do it on a consistent level against great competition. So it ended up being a good situation. We played a good brand of defense at Charlotte last year, and we were one of the top defenses in the conference and in the country. So I'm proud of what we did, and I look forward to myself and all my guys who I played with, killing it this season as well.
So this is something that I wanted to point out is the fact that he's already been a part of a successful defense. He understands what it takes to be a part of a successful team and a successful defense. The part that he plays, being a leader on that team, wearing different hats and understanding what your position is on that defense. And then the fact that you are a veteran, you're bringing veteran experience from different teams, from what I would call a championship Michigan team. Because if you were there in 2021 and you left in 2022 and then to win the national championship, the foundation was already being built and you were part of that foundation. So you got that experience. You stay there one more year and y'all went the natty together. But he has a lot of defensive experience. So he's bringing something to CU that CU needs a lot. I can't stress enough how much veteran experience CU needs, because last year we could not stop the run to save our daggone season or our lives. Like, for real. It's like nobody was on that defense that understood the assignment that was at hand. We were just playing football as individuals, not really understanding the whole team aspect and really hunkering down and, locking in. A bunch of talented dudes just playing football, and there was no cohesion. So we need somebody who's going to bring the guys together, bring the whole team together and say, hey man, we need to lock in. The whole lock in idea is something that was woven into this interview. That is a thread of this interview and something that he kept saying that they need to lock in, and he's going to say it again. But I really look forward to seeing how he translates to Colorado. Different environments and different guys are going to give you different looks. Hopefully these guys will warm up to him, to his leadership experience, because he's been a part of a couple of different teams. I'm sure his leadership style will probably fit any team that he goes on. He just understands that leadership is important. It gives me a lot of confidence to know that Colorado is going to be really good this year, because we got the talent. We have the talent in-house. We just need the talent to understand what's at hand, how vital this is. This season is very important. We can't let teams like North Dakota State come in there and steal our shine. We got to go ahead and put our foot on their necks and don't let go. So when I hear certain things that he's saying, like locking in, leadership, those things are giving me confidence that our defense is going to be aggressive this year. Let's keep listening.
What was it about Colorado that made you say, yeah, I want to be a Buffalo and play for Coach Prime?
Colorado, it's a unique opportunity. You know what I mean? It's really a time to win now and to be your best now, and that's the challenge I want to accept. You know what I mean? They're not going to settle for anything less than being your best, and my mentality is the same exact way. So it's just a match made in heaven, and I just want to be a sponge. I want to be a sponge to all of these coaches, and just be a resource to all the players, and just really leave a legacy here, and just start something that's going to be long lasting.
So right there, that's very important to understand what culture that's being built at CU. You have to understand what you're stepping into. On TLP Live, we keep saying that, like, understand why you're coming to Colorado, because a lot of these young men, they come to Colorado not really understanding what they're stepping into. The culture there that they're currently building, maybe some things may change, but for right now, it's win now, and we're not going to accept anything that's less than your best. We want you to be at your ultimate best, nothing less than that. When young men leave and they say certain things, and I'm listening to them do these interviews, I'm listening for something hardcore that happened to them, something crazy that went down, but I'm hearing stuff that just seems like performance issues, not necessarily like, oh, so they were requiring you to be a certain way and you didn't have that, or you could not live up to that, and now you're upset for the fact that you couldn't live up to that. We all have to look internally and say, did I fit that mold? Was I good enough to be into that system? It's a personal thing that you have to evaluate, but at the end of the day, maybe you're not good for that team, not good for Colorado, but you could be good for a different system, the way that they play. Coach Prime is trying to win right now. That is what we're trying to do. So we need to get guys that understand that concept. Win right now. We don't have time to build everything the way that it needs to be built. We ain't got time. So when you say that, at the first sight of that, the second that you hear that, it's like, oh, we don't have time to build. Wait a minute. People jump at the opportunity to say, well, in college football, you need time to build your team up. But no, if we're trying to win right now, because we have this transfer portal, we actually have a vehicle, an avenue to get guys and put them on a team and let them know that this is what we're trying to do. And if you fit that mold, and we can all agree on this one simple thing, which is to win right now, and we all got to be at our best, get our bodies ready, we got to train, we got to do film study, we got to do things a little differently than a team that maybe is trying to build 5 years down the line. We're trying to win right now. So when you say that, it sounds a little jolting to the ears of people who are legacy football guys, and they don't really get it. They don't understand it, because win right now mentality is different from let's build for the future. We're not going to keep guys that skill set are not up to par right now. That's not the program we're trying to build. So the guys that skill set are not up to par right now are going to either have to get into that transfer portal, or they're going to have to work hard enough. And if they believe in themselves and they can produce, stick around, get into some rotations, maybe get a play here and there. You know what I'm saying? Don't be disgruntled. Don't look at yourself as a star. I was a high school star. Everybody know my name in Georgia. Everybody know my name in Florida. Everybody know my name in Texas. Like, yo, you are a star, but we're trying to win right now, and your skill set is not up to par, and it's not lining up type of game that we're trying to play right now. So obviously, you're going to get some people who just don't understand that concept, and especially the media, they're going to jump on that, and it's going to be headline news. Coach Prime is not building a program. You know, it's a project. This project lasts. Would this thing work? I don't really follow Lane Kiffin and his interviews and how they treat him. I don't really hear too many things about Lane Kiffin, but I wonder if they say the same things about Lane Kiffin, because Lane Kiffin just snatched. He just deboed one of the players that had committed to Colorado, and Coach Prime, he just deboed Amos, the running back. They are fully in to this whole transfer portal idea. They're killing it in the transfer portal. Coach Prime is not the only transfer portal guy. Lane Kiffin is killing it right now at Ole Miss. They're trying to win right now too. So this is the idea. They're trying to win right now. They have a much bigger budget than Colorado, so they can pull guys. They can put up money that Colorado does not have.
Obviously, you mentioned Colorado's unique. I mean, there's no other place in the country that has the head coach as a Hall of Famer. You've also got Warren Sapp, who's a Hall of Famer working as a GA with the defensive line. I know that's not your position, but it's a Hall of Famer whose brain you can pick a little bit, right? And all the NFL experience on this team. You mentioned Robert Livingston. He just came from the Bengals, who, where he was for the last decade. Coach Prime mentions it, that guys want to play for coaches that have been there. They've been where they want to go. How big of a deal was that for you?
Yeah, that was up there. That was up there in my decision process, just because, like you said, it's one thing to say, like, I can get you there, but it's another thing to say, I can tell you what it's going to be like when you get there, and I can tell you the do's and don'ts. That's way more important to me than just going. I don't want to, like, God willing, like, when I do go to the pros, I want to be in the pros for a long time, and I want to be a great player. I don't want to just go there and then that's it. I want to know the ins and outs, and I just want to be a professional and just reach my ceiling and go as high as possible. So
another thing to point out here is the fact that we have 127 years of NFL experience with the coaching staff at CU. I know people want to clown it. They want to joke about it. When you hear them talk about that, it's like saying, oh, well, everybody got NFL connections. I mean, if you can win, like, you can get people there, but it's not the same, bro. It ain't the same. Ask all the winning coaches that are on different teams. That NFL experience, telling somebody, hey, this is what the NFL is looking for, being able to make that call and get somebody into a specific meeting, or at least get some type of invitation. Having Coach Prime, who knows most of these GMs and can pick up the phone and they respect him as a businessman, as a man. People gotta respect you. Y'all can clown all you want when it comes to this here football things, because right now y'all want to clown and say, oh, it's only 4-8 because we came in here with high expectations and we only won 4 games. It's a clown show because you'll see the cameras and everything else, but y'all don't understand the type of respect that Coach Prime has around the league, not just college football, but also in the NFL, where that's the final destination for all of these young men. And then, of course, he has relationships with The Rock. He has relationships with different people in the different leagues, the Canadian Football League, the UFL, the different professional leagues. Coach Prime has relationships everywhere. The media folks, Michael Strahan, the media and everything is one thing, but to have all of those guys, Livingston, Warren Sapp, Low Holtz, Phillip, to have all of those guys, all of that NFL experience coaching you every day and telling you, hey man, this is how it's done. Somebody who understands this is this guy. This is like my third or fourth time listening to this interview and just trying to pick up something, because for me, is all I need to do is just hear somebody talk and I can tell whether they're about that life or they're not about that life. This dude is serious. This dude is about that life. So CU is getting a good one. So I can tell you that you're getting somebody real solid. It starts with the mindset. It starts with where is their head at. The second that I heard Livingston speak, I knew right away that I'm sold on this guy. The reason why I'm reacting to this interview is because now I'm sold on Mr. Green. Mr. Green has a spirit. He has the desire to win. He has the desire to get there. His why permeates his face, his spirit, his body, his mind, and his soul. You can just listen to him, look at him, and know that his why is in front of him. Those are the type of young men that we need at CU. We don't need a bunch of young men that just think like money is everything. Oh, I just want the NIL deal. If you're trying to get rich quick right now, then maybe CU is not the place for you, because you're going to see Shador flashing his stuff. You're going to see his brother flashing his stuff and Coach Prime being Coach Prime. But if you think that's your blessing, then you've already missed everything, because you can go to the NFL and your contract may not be the same contract as the guy standing next to you or the guy sitting next to you in that locker room. He has a lot, but you're only getting a couple of $100,000 a year and he's getting millions of dollars. What are you going to say then once you get into the NFL? If God willing, you get to the NFL and your contract is not the type of contract that some other guys are getting. This is the big boys league. This is how the big boys play. When you get into this real world with that NFL contract, the contracts are not going to be the same, and you cannot expect to have the same amount of money like the other guys. So don't make it about the money. Focus, work hard right now, understand your why, put in the work, and eventually you're going to get that contract and you're going to get the money that you need. I understand some people need the money right now, but those are not the type of guys that Coach Prime needs right now. Coach Prime needs the type of guys that are confident in their own ability, in their own skin. We practically need grown men right now. We ain't got no time for little boys right now. I can't even call them little boys. The young men that we got, they can ball, but they're going to be mature enough to wait their turn. If you wait your turn, I guarantee you, you're going to win, because you do anything here and it's highlighted with Coach Prime. Caleb Mathis is somebody we're watching right now. Caleb Mathis is going to come up in this system. You're going to see Caleb Mathis shining real soon. Just wait and see. When it's time for Caleb Mathis to get up on that field and be a starter, you'll see Caleb Mathis cooking and eating. I'm telling you, that's what you want to hear. That's how you want to feel when you hear somebody talk about this team. The mentality. I think the mentality means a whole lot more than physical ability, than stars. We always talk about 4-star, 5-star. You guys don't have 4-star, 5 stars. But I think what matters the most is if you can combine the physical ability with the mental ability, the high football IQ like Nikhai Green has, and then the leadership ability that he has. I think we got a winner here, and this is our leader in the middle of that defense. So this is a great interview. I want to thank Brian Howell again for buffzone.com. Support his YouTube channel. I know there was a long interview, but thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate you. I will see you guys. Get it? See you on the next video. Okay.